I'm Grimthule, and I'm back with another EverQuest Legends update. For those that don't know, EverQuest is back with a modernized version of the original classic released in 1999. Veterans and retro gamers rejoice. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. This past Friday, EverQuest devs streamed EverQuest Legends gameplay for 4 hours and gave away several closed beta keys, 40 in total, throughout the stream. Befallen was redesigned for smoother leveling progression from levels 5 to 32. No placeholders in low level dungeons means it will drastically reduce the time it takes to farm your gear. Their loot tables have been expanded with stat bearing gear throughout the dungeons. Higher difficulties provide better loot, example +4 items, as you can see by that sweet Dagnar Marnak right there. Gainak Moltur moved from the entry hallway to an appropriate level 20 plus area for those who remember. All low level dungeons are being retuned for smoother, better progression and rewards. They believe every dungeon should have exciting loot comparable to Kunark quality leveling gear. The team is working on all dungeons based on how much attention each dungeon needs. For those just now learning about EverQuest Legends, players can combine up to 3 classes on a single character. The classes will level together until 10, at which point players will have to decide on a primary class and raise to level to 50. Having said that, the way to unlock a new primary class will be very challenging, especially to new players, but extremely exciting to old players who never got to experience the Plane of Sky raid. I'm so looking forward to doing that again. Players will be able to swap out their chosen classes and races in starting cities and protected areas in the future. Loadout swapping allows race, deity, and starting city changes, which affects faction standing, so you have to be careful. You don't want to change it to a dark elf in front of a human in Freeport, for example. In this loadout in particular, Moth played a Beast Lord Druid who started in the North Desert of Ro and later added the Monk as a third class. I cannot wait to play 3 classes at once. It's going to be fantastic. During the stream, multiple deaths occurred, as you can see. It's still same old EverQuest. You can still die early in the starting areas. You can see Moth leveling his piercing and kick skill with the new floating combat text. The devs expected Moth to reach level 20, but only reached level 11 during the stream, which is a massive increase to leveling as far as tempo goes. The devs talked about XP rates are now identical for solo and group play, so there's no advantage or disadvantage either way, so you can play however you like socially. This design promotes both playstyles. Solo players don't have to wait around for groups, and social aspect is still encouraged and valued through group play. Moth and friends reached Befallen. We got to see the new upper floor at first, where he fought Skeleton Rod and dropped the Skeletal Rod +1. It's better than nothing. But then you can also see the pristine studded leather boots +2 there as well that he got later. That's very exciting to start in such a low level dungeon. 7 agility and 8 AC is huge around level 5. So the name spawns did spawn every time they came upon them. The loot tables have been expanded with stat bearing gear, as you can see. The higher difficulty, the higher the loot quality. So difficulty 4 would drop +4 items. There is now personal loot. Every player gets their own loot, so there's no more loot disputes or competition. No ninja looters, no griefing. We get the loot we want when we want it. The team has implemented hover tooltips that show item full stats on hover without right clicking. Encounter locking prevents griefing, which means mobs lock to the first person to engage the fight. So let's talk about grouping for a minute. There's a new gather party skill. It has a 20-minute cooldown, and it allows party members to summon an entire group to their location across any zone. That means somebody on the continent of Otis can join in the fight in Befallen instantly without having to look for a teleport or rely on a gate spell. There's a quick buff AA now. It casts all memorized beneficial spells on valid group/raid targets at once. This AA will save so much time. I was hesitant to play a shaman at first just because of the buff time, but if I can just cast them all at once, I might be going back to shaman to start with. We'll see though. There was a party wipe during the stream when Secrets was charmed by Gainak Molter at the end of the stream. It was very Very exciting. The players were literally had fear cast on them while fighting a Shadow Knight, and they ran in fear all over the dungeon, losing control, as well as secrets being charmed and killing the party members. Classic EverQuest. So let's see what kind of loot that named mob just dropped. Here you can see the Footman's Blade, 5 stamina and 5 dex, 5 hit points with 11 damage and 30 delay. That's a one-hand slashing weapon in a level 5 dungeon. And you can see merging it up to a +4. Farming loot seems so much more fun now, being able to merge the multiple items you get instead of just like, oh, I hope I can sell this. This isn't worth anything, blah, 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 blah. But now we can merge them and make anything worth keeping. And furthermore, items can actually be auto merged from the personal loot window. The motes of infinitesimal potential drop globally and rank up items. Items attune when traded to another player, which means they become bound to you. Merged items will retain attuned status if either item was attuned to begin with. Gear is normalized now, no size restrictions, so smaller, large armor is no longer a problem. You can see here in the Footman's Blade +4, the exaltation slots have all been unlocked. That makes for customizing your gear so much fun. I cannot wait to customize everything. So, having said that, it has to be a +1 to unlock the first exaltation slot. So Moth played a Beast Lord Druid monk, and he started in North Desert of Roe. Fun fact: Beast Lords do get their pet at level 1 now. As you can see, Iksar Beast Lords get a scaled wolf pet. Pet equipment now persists through death. In this example, the Beast Lord pet had 8 equipment slots. They said 4 base plus another 4 for being a Beast Lord. So if you add another pet class, you'll get even more inventory slots. So pets can equip anything a player can equip, and you can even merge items automatically into the pet inventory. Also, real quick before I forget to mention this, Bard songs work through a new AA called Symphonic Aura, allowing passive song casting while casting other spells. So now songs effectively pulse every 6 seconds, starting from the bottom spell bar. So you can have 5 group songs constantly going without worrying about casting or melodies. That is huge. You can also get spell slots, an additional 6 spell slots. So that's more than enough slots to have your 5 permanent bard songs going. Your pet's going to love those. So since Moth had fun fighting a dark elf with wielding a scythe in Befallen, let's talk about dark elves for a second and unlocking races for the future. This is the achievement window, and we are looking at untapped potential right now. In this example, this is how you unlock the Dark Elf race. To unlock Dark Elves, you have to max your faction with Dreadguard Inner, Dreadguard Outer, and Dark Bargainers in the Dark Elf city of Neriak. This is in stark contrast to actually unlocking the primary class options, which require Plane of Sky class quests progression. Either way, I'm excited to do it. I haven't grinded a faction in a very long time. The devs did say other races might have some quirky requirements as well. Like, for instance, half elf requires at least one other elf race unlocked first. So while you're grinding out faction, farming mobs the dark elves hate, while we're gaining experience, we're always gaining alternate advancement experience points too to spend on amazing abilities to further customize our class and gain power. There is no maximum AA cap. Players can earn unlimited AAs, and AAs persist across all loadouts and classes. So every AA you earn is kept, and I cannot wait. I loved grinding AAs, and I can't wait to do it again. Grinding AAs is going to mean so much more now. All right, let's talk about maps and UI, quality of life adjustments. The map features are extensive now, multiple visual styles. There's minimalist, with or without borders, smooth layer transitions, show players, NPCs, pets in range. You can see that fade option in the bottom right corner. I'm really excited about that, so I can read the Guck map in particular better. There's a new implied healing feature that automatically targets the target. There's an auto attack option when casting hostile spells, which is toggable. Debuffs from monsters disappear when mob dies, so no ghoul rot after the fact. So what about servers and how many players can fit in the world of Norrath? Currently, there is no maximum player limit. The hardware is ready for launch with no capacity issues. So far, server stability is excellent with no true crashes during beta. For those that are worried about not having more than one character, the devs are developing something called aliases, which allow multiple alts on a same character but have different logout locations instead of having to start over. This enables playing with friends at different levels without losing main character progress. The mentoring system is also planned to allow high level players to group with low level friends. So there are going to be multiple travel options now, gather party, translocators, teleportation key rings coming soon, and both will still be in. The design philosophy is respect world size, but don't let it prevent playing with friends. Solo players will have independent travel options. New boats plan to connect previously disconnected content, which is really cool. So you'll be able to get from Otis to Fedawar. The boat actually connects from Karen Isle to Butcher Blocks, which I love. While personal instances aren't yet in closed beta, it is coming soon, and the devs are saying it's 100% going to be ready for launch. I cannot wait to have a zone all to myself. I hate to sound selfish, but I want that loot and I want it bad, and I don't want anybody in my way. Having said that, I do plan on leveling with my buddy and whatnot. There are going to be two types of solo instances. One which will have respawning mobs on a 3-hour lockout, and then another with non-respawning mobs, but there's a one-time clear bonus reward, and you can keep doing those over and over again. I cannot wait to find out what those rewards are. I'd be fine with just leveling up merged items. No respawning instances provide bonus loot upon completion, and they can be run leisurely. These are available for solo and groups. This is going to be great. I cannot wait to get. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. Let's talk about combat for a minute. Let's talk about going into Blackborough and slaughtering gnolls and finding out what the new loot tables look like. So all classes can dual wield now. The offhand swing rate uses the best class's dual wield skill. The frenzy mechanic can multi-hit and stack with double triple attacks. That's insane. The cooldown on monks has been reduced to 1 minute and 30 seconds and scales with skill level. Casters will be getting stances as well. So every class combination is designed to be viable for solo raid instances. This is so exciting. I cannot wait to attempt to solo things on difficulty 4. That is right now the crowning achievement in the closed beta. No one has soloed the gods on difficulty 4 yet. All other content has been solo on difficulty 4. Having said that, it is taking them months to prepare to do so. So they've removed Death Touch, but replaced it with some new mechanic that they are keeping quiet on. I was pretty worried about that Death Touch. And perhaps the biggest gameplay change and the most impactful is the return of the gems minigame. For those of you who like to play that Tetris style minigame during our raids while the shamans, clerics, druids, and every other buffer out there had to buff 72 players. That gems game was fantastic, and it is now back along with the /pizza command. You can type that in game to eat a slice of pizza. The devs have said that the first expansion is planned at the end of the year. We can assume Kunark, and there are going to be regular updates between expansions going forward. The devs have adamantly stated over and over again that they're going to continue to work on this game going forward. Never resting, continually improve the game. They're going to be developing this world for a very long time. I'm going to be in it for the long run. The devs have shared so many wishes. I haven't seen a passionate as group as this for a project in a very long time. I'm really excited to see all of this come to fruition. And one last plug, I'm just going to say this Ogre, Warrior, Necromancer, Bard is going to kill. I mean, look at that. I just, every time. I can't wait. I can't wait to play Ogre, Warrior, Necro, Bard. I just can't wait. Look at that thing. Oh my God. Anyway, So like and subscribe for more EverQuest Legends news, updates, and guides. My Patreon and Discord are in the description below. There you can show your support and chat with me between videos, streams, and news updates. I'm Grimthule, and I'll see you in Norrath.